Welcome back to Peach Permaculture Farm. It is May 7th, 2009, and a lot has happened in the last week, as it does every week around here. We're going to start in the greenhouse today and then we'll go out to the field. We are having a heavy rain, and it's nice because it's getting the soil with some nice soil moisture out in the field, because we're getting ready to do a lot of planting. On Monday, we had 22 10-year-olds from St. George's School, which is a local school here in Spokane, who came and planted our pea crop. But I think the peas were a lot of fun for them. Last week when we were in the greenhouse, we were looking at a lot of plants that were relatively sad. This is a pretty good representation. So anyway, we've got these kind of scraggly, not so happy looking plants. A week ago, this plant looked just like these guys. So it's always amazing how fast things happen on the farm. And sometimes things feel like they're not going very well, like when these got hailed on one day. But they still want to grow, they still want to feed us, they still want to make their own little seed babies, and poof, there they go. You'll notice the holes that are missing. This is where all of the leafy green things were. So we had kale and chard and collards and lettuce plants, and it's getting too warm in the greenhouse for them now, and they're okay to be outside. So they've moved to an outside transitional space, and they are going to go into the field this next week. So by the time we meet again in a week, all of those should be in the field and making their happy journey to getting bigger and edible. So this week, as far as seeding into flats, it's time to seed some more basil and almost everything. Then that'll be into 128s, which is what this is. Other than that, our biggest focus now is going to be transplanting the plants that are in 128s into bigger pots and transplanting things directly into the field. So it's going to be a heavy field time. And we had a lot of volunteers on the farm this last weekend, and we've had pretty consistent volunteers who have shown up. And we've also had our regular folks from juvenile justice and some other folks that are coming here to do time that they need to do to get their state assistance. So they've been really helpful to help us transplant hundreds of bedding plants that need to get into bigger pots. Volunteers right now to help with transplanting, to help with raising beds, which is a really good workout. So you could give up one of your trips to the gym, or two of the trips to the gym this week, and come out, and it's a lot of bending, lifting, you know, moving shovels of dirt around, and it's good old-fashioned hard work. It makes you healthy, makes you happy, you get some fresh air, and you can skip the gym. Let's go on out to the field and look what's going on out there. You can see that out further beyond the beds where the peas were planted, we have new beds being put in today. So the big focus, as I said, this week is planting a lot of stuff directly into the field, but the first thing we have to do is raise these beds. And so you can see the guys are out there in the pouring rain working very hard to get this done. You can see that we have a very interesting bed formation here. Because this is a permaculture farm, there's no reason to have these straight beds or flat beds, because they're not going to have a rototiller come through each year and till them. These are permanent beds. And so you'll notice that there are these deep areas, and these are called keyholes. These are for walking in. And then the areas on the side and up on top are for planting on. And you can see that from most of the keyhole area, you can reach pretty far into the bed space. The middle spaces of the bed will usually have perennial areas. The concept here is that you actually create a larger planting area because you've gone vertical. Cementing of the posts for the fence is finished now, and the fence is beginning to go up. The other thing that we told the kids that is great to know is that peas are a legume. You cannot plant too many peas in your garden because peas bring nitrogen from the air to underground and they leave it behind. So they're a great plant to put in for all the other plants that you're going to put in the garden, because they're going to leave behind nitrogen that the other plants are going to want to take out. So peas are delicious and they're great for your garden. So in a few days, this will be our first time to take bedding plants to market. This will be our first chance to raise money for our project this year. So come on down and get, you know, your tomatoes and basil and eggplant and pepper plants for your garden and help us raise money for what it is that we're doing. We also will be distributing these plants to other nonprofits. They'll go to Hope Garden in West Central. They'll go to One World Cafe at the community garden that's behind their restaurant there. And then we will be organizing some youth in West Central and a couple other low-income neighborhoods to just go door to door with little information packets and just hand them out and tell people to take a hand at trying to grow food. There's always trying things on the farm. So we got the truck donated and we've had it about a month and the clutch went out, and that's like $1,200 to fix. So if there's a mechanic out there who would love to put a clutch in the truck, that would be awesome. Or if you'd like to pay for a mechanic to put a clutch in the truck, that would be cool too. We are looking for a tractor. We are looking for shovels and hand tools. We are looking for a plumber. We are looking for charitable donations. So this project is a visionary project for Spokane, and it's time to do this really cool work here, help people who live in poverty learn to grow food, level the playing field as far as accessibility to local food. And in order to do that, it always takes money. So if you do charitable giving, please consider signing us up as a place where you do your charitable giving too. If you work for the state of Washington, you can give it through your paycheck. If you, through your work, you give to United Way, you can select Peach as a designation for that money to go to. You can write us a check and send it in the mail. You can put cash in the jars at our Fresh Abundance stores. You can bring yourself down to the farm and donate your time and help do work on the farm. There are lots of ways for us to share the success of this project. We've got a couple plumbing projects. The apartment that the farmer lives in has a leaky toilet, and then we have a leaky pipe that's part of the field pipe that waters the field that needs to be redone. So if you're interested in helping us out with any of these, contact me directly, brightspirit@freshabundance.com, or you can call me on my cell phone, 435-5210. Wonder how Mama Bird's doing out in the rain out there. I haven't checked on her at all today.